Hello and a very warm welcome on a stunningly beautiful May 6th, 2020. It is Wednesday. I've already been for a lovely run down by the lake, which was amazing, and it's become almost part of my daily routine, like the poetry reading, just not on a daily basis. I don't manage to do that yet, but I go out every day, at least for a walk then. But it's not about running, it's about poetry today again, and I would like to read you a poem that was written by Sara Teasdale, who lived from 1884 to 1933, and she wrote 7 books of poetry in her lifetime and received public admiration for her well-crafted lyrical poetry, which centered on a woman's changing perspective on beauty, on love, and also on death. And many of Teasdale's poems chart developments in her own personal life, from her experience as a sheltered young woman in St. Louis to those as a successful but increasingly uneasy writer in New York City, to a depressed and much disillusioned person who took her own life in 1933. She was, although popular in a lifetime with both the public and critics, and she won the first Columbia Poetry Prize in 1918, a prize that would later become the Pulitzer Prize for Poetry. And it's quite funny because today's poem, I just spoke to a friend, and it fits so perfectly well into what we were speaking about just today on the telephone. So I'm going to dedicate this to this very special friend, I think he's going to enjoy this very much, because this poem is called I Am Not Yours. I am not yours, not lost in you, not lost, although I long to be. Lost as a candle lit at noon, lost as a snowflake in the sea. You love me, and I find you still, a spirit beautiful and bright, yet I am I, who long to be. Lost as a light is lost in light. Oh, plunge me deep in love, put out my senses, leave me deaf and blind, swept by the tempest of your love, tapper in a rushing wind. I Am Not Yours is somewhat a slightly deceiving title, I think, because this poem describes the emotions of seeking out love that does not strive to in any way confine you, but we do want and need to get lost in love, and but without losing. We want to lose our senses. We want to dive in with our heart, with our soul, to be completely engulfed by it, but without losing, I think, our own identity, which is sometimes quite difficult. I think this is a very, very beautiful thought, but as often when we fall in love, we tend to lose who we really are, because we adapt to the other person so much. And I truly believe that a really great love allows you to stay true to yourself, and seeing your loved one for who he or she really is. And you may have noticed that I am really very, very much into love poems at the moment, and I beg your forgiveness for that. But love, and even if it's an unhappy love, it keeps our minds, our hearts, and also our soul very much alive, and I think it's worth it. So with that, I will leave you again for today, and as always, hope to see you again here tomorrow. So take care. Bye bye.